why ain't you vegan anymore? It was bound to get asked, right? It was bound to get asked. Today I'm going to be answering your anonymous questions. First anonymous message in my anonymous inbox is, are you spiritual? Yes, I am spiritual. I'm actually on a bit of a journey to like figure out what I'm doing, who I'm following, what I'm figuring out. A couple of my friends recently have like chosen a religious path, and they're two different religions. And it's been quite interesting to hear their journeys, and just to hear what they've been going through. One of them is Muslim and one of them is Christian, and just hearing like their perspectives on things and like their relationship with their God has been really interesting and very wholesome. I wasn't raised with religion. I wasn't like raised to be any specific religion or anything. I've always believed in a higher power, like some kind of force guiding us. I believe that everything happens as it's meant to and when it's meant to. I used to be a believer of everything happens for a reason, and I just couldn't keep justifying bad things happening for a reason anymore. So I spoke to one of my mates once, and she just like made me realise that everything happens as it's meant to. It was always going to happen. Everything's already written. That's what I believe. And I know that many people need something to believe in, some kind of faith, like what keeps them going. Because honestly, the world is so fucked. The world is so fucked. Like, if we don't have something else bigger than us to believe in, to like feel like everything that is going on because it was meant to, then wait, what? I don't know what that train of thought was. What was I saying? Long story short, I am spiritual in the sense that I believe that there's a higher power guiding us. Whether or not I believe that's a God, a religious God, I don't know. But in the past couple of years, I've like been finding myself having some kind of interest in religion and and God, I guess. It's just nice to know that there's someone or something there beyond what we can see guiding us, right? Because otherwise, what the fuck's going on? Oh, second question in, and we've got it, guys. Sorry, I bet you've been asked this loads anyways, but why ain't you vegan anymore? It was bound to get asked, right? It was bound to get asked. Let's just take a sip of peach iced tea before we get into this. Right. I never wanted to like make a whole why I'm no longer vegan video. I hate that shit. I didn't want to be one of those people like jumping on that and like, I don't know, because I know that kind of video would get loads of views, right? And loads of views equals money. But I just don't feel like I wanted to be that person. There's no need for it. I was vegan for 6 years. Long time. And I'd say in the past, like in the last 2 years of being vegan, I was just going through a few different struggles. I tried a lot of different vegan food. I tried like eating very whole foods, just making a lot of like just plant-based shit, not just like the vegan meat alternatives. I tried it all, love. And there's a few reasons why I stopped being vegan. Let's just say the overarching one was my lack of happiness when it comes to food. It got to the point where I was feeling so like dissatisfied and so like just like not happy with the food I was eating. And yeah, I could have changed to a different plant-based like style of diet or whatever, but I was just like, I was just not feeling it. Like, food is a really big part of my life, and one way that I experience quite a strong emotional dysregulation is with food. And if the food isn't right or I'm just disappointed with it, it will really make me like unhappy. And it's like, it is a bit ridiculous, but that was one thing that just started to get like worse and worse. I just wasn't satisfied after eating, and it just got to the point where I was just eating just to like fuel my body. And yeah, a lot of people do that, but I actually enjoy food, so it was like, it just wasn't a good time. Next thing is that I just honestly got sick and tired of not having accessible options. Like, at the time I had a partner, they're gluten-free, and that meant that, for example, they had to have gluten-free bread, but their gluten-free bread had egg in it. And I'd be at their house and I'm like, there's literally nothing in this house I can eat. Literally, I can't even have toast. And okay, yes, I could bring my own bread, but these kind of situations were happening more and more wherever I went. I was just seeing the inaccessibility. Like, I was sick and tired of going to restaurants and having to have salad and chips. If you go back and look at my past content from about 3+ years ago, I was actually quite thin, and I look at me then, and you know, now I've put on weight, and sometimes I have like a bit of a struggle with my body image and like, you know, where I've put on weight, like around my stomach and all of this shit. I don't eat like shit. I actually eat pretty healthy. The only time I eat like shit is on the weekend. I might have like takeaway or whatever, but even then I don't constantly eat like shit. So I'm actually currently eating the right amount for my body, right? And I've done some calorie tracking, as you may have seen recently, and I realized that actually I've always been hitting, since not being vegan, I've always been hitting like the right amount of calories, daily calories, 2,000. And I just know that when I was vegan, I was seriously under eating. That is not how my body was meant to be. Yeah, cool. I could have eaten more, but I wasn't. Whatever. Next thing, I actually started craving fish. I was craving salmon. I was craving all of that. And yeah, okay, people might say, oh, go take some omega-3 supplements. Go have some chia seeds or some shit. Bro, I just got to the point where I couldn't do it anymore. I wasn't happy at all. And I know there's going to be a lot of people out there, a lot of vegans that are going to be like, oh, this is not justified. What about the animals? Listen, I get it. I was a vegan too. I was saying the same shit to people that you're saying to me. I get it. I'm not mad at you. It's fine. You know, I'm on a journey of trying to figure out what the fuck is meant to be in this world. What am I meant to be? Who am I meant to be? You know, what even is the right way? There's just too much pressure in the world to like fucking have to have some weird relationship with food. I hated feeling constrained. I've never had like a weird relationship with food, right? Apart from the emotional dysregulation, but that's not all the time, yeah. And like being vegan actually started to make me like have like a bit of a weird relationship with food. Like it was very restrictive, obviously. But I didn't like that. That didn't feel good to me. Mentally, physically, whatever. Started craving fish, decided to listen to my body. And honestly, yeah, I do have times where I'm eating meat and I'm like, what is this? This is actually disgusting. Like, why am I eating this? Maybe I should go back vegan. I do often have the thought of maybe I should go back to being vegan. And maybe I will, but it will only be if it's right for me, you know? The next message is kinks, ? I can't lie to you. I am at a place now where I do not feel the need to disclose that kind of information anymore. I've had to private a lot of my videos because truly I find them mortifying. I was watching Helen Anderson's video the other day and it was really, really interesting, and it really spoke to me as a creator because, oh, it's fucking windy now. It's getting chilly, bruv. She was saying how like she was like reflecting on past versions of herself and how much of herself and her life that she's shown on the internet, and how it's kind of like made her like not feel a bit shit, but yeah, in that sense. And how, like, you know, how crazy it is how publicly accessible we've made so many parts of our life, and it's actually insane. Like, I love vlogging. I don't regret like any content I've made, or maybe I do slightly, but I don't regret who I was. I just don't feel the need for people to see the past me. And this is what Helen was saying. She was saying how like she doesn't like the idea of someone that's new to her, no, like a new viewer, seeing one of her old videos, and that's like their first impression of her from like 6 years ago or whatever. And then now, obviously she's such a different person, so she doesn't like the idea of them seeing that version of her first. because that's not who she is now, and I get that. I actually think I might private some more videos, to be honest, because honestly, like, yeah, it's cool to see growth, and it was cool for those of you who've been here since then to see that, to see me change and see me grow as a woman, as a human being. But yeah, that ain't me now. So yeah, I used to be way too open about me, my sex life, my interests. So yeah, I'm not comfortable with sharing that anymore. I used to post pictures of me in underwear and stuff. I do not do that anymore. You will not see a picture of me in lingerie or underwear, maybe a bikini pic every now and then if I'm going on holiday. But even still, you're not seeing cheeks. I used to show cheeks, bro. It's actually insane. Like, yeah, as a 30-year-old woman, I've definitely cringed a lot at things my early 20s self done. So we're not going there. Early to mid 20s, actually. It's only fucking 5 years ago that I regret things from. So yeah, we're not going into kinks. Just know that I have some. You can guess what you like, make whatever assumptions you'd like to, but we're not going there. We're not going there. I'm very open, let's put it that way. There's a lot of things I'm into, a lot of things I'm not. Next anonymous question. Do you have any updates on the dad thing? I remember watching that video ages ago and getting so emotional, and someone who never knew my bio parents. Big love. Wow. I wasn't expecting to get a question like that. Damn. How much do I want to share of this? Again, do I want to overshare? No, I'm kind of done with oversharing, I can't lie. My fringe is really jarring, isn't it? Oh, whatever, we've got curtains right now, I don't give a fuck. I'm actually cold. Should I get a blanket? I'm gonna get a blanket. I had to move it inside, guys. It's actually cold outside, although it's blue skies right now, the sun is shining, it's actually fucking freezing. So I've got my blanket, I'm just sitting here now. Right, so where was we? The story about my dad. If you don't know what this comment is about, this question, it's about the fact that I shared a video quite a few years ago now on YouTube talking about how I found my dad on Ancestry. I never knew my dad growing up, always wondered about him and about that side of the family, and signed up for an Ancestry free trial. Managed to find him within 2 days, and that was when I was 21, so that's a whole 9 years ago now, which is insane. We're in contact for a while, we met up, I met the family, all of this, found out I've got a sister, which is pretty cool. As an only child, that was really cool to me. And since then, you know, there's been a lot of ups and downs. I'm actually not going to go into it anymore. I could do. Old Jess would have told you everything, told you where we're at right now, but I don't think it's necessary. All you need to know is that I found my dad on Ancestry. I hated the idea of not trying to have a relationship with him and then like finding out that, like, you know, he passed away, you know, touch wood, that he doesn't. It was a very, very interesting journey. I can't even explain what it feels like to grow up with just like one parent, wonder about the other one your whole life, and then actually find them. Insane. If you can relate to that feeling, please, please share. Do you like hugs or hugging people? Both. I love giving hugs. I love receiving hugs. I love a good spoon. Super curious why you're no longer vegan. Did you get the ick eating meat again for the first time? So the first thing that I ate when I stopped being vegan, people, when I've told them this, they're like, what the fuck? I was really craving a seafood pizza. And really sadly, it was a bad one. It wasn't even a good one. I wish it was. I wanted it to be like the ones I remembered from before I was vegan. But I can't lie. I kind of took to being an omni. Is it omnivore? I took to being a meat eater quite naturally, I'm not gonna lie. But so I think it's been about 3 years now. I feel like quite a lot recently I've got the ick eating meat. Like, especially when I'm like preparing it, like from raw, like it is actually clapped. Genuinely, I do question whether I should go back to being vegan. I do. I just know that I didn't get joy out of it anymore. So yeah, it is a journey, man. It's a fucking journey. Relationship status. What should I say here? Should I be real or not? I am in a relationship. I won't be sharing that anywhere else on social media. So, you know, whoever's watched this, you lots are the only ones to know. And I'd appreciate if you didn't go, you know, chatting everywhere. Not that there's fucking, I don't know. Some people in comments might say on my Instagram comments or something, you know, you might make a comment about me being in a relationship, whatever. Like, I'd really appreciate if you just didn't. Don't need to have that discussed everywhere. But yes, I am happily in a relationship. Do your bun zoots. Are you lesbian or bi? I'm neither, bitch. I'm neither. I have got to the point where I'm just sick of labels. Like, I just don't want them. I don't want a label on me. I don't want to be put in a box. But I'm like, you know, I'm open. I'm open to everyone. Do you know what I mean? I'm open, babe. How come you're not vegan now? You know what? I haven't had that many like Instagram DMs or anything that asking me that. So fair play to you lot who didn't want to ask me that like publicly, but have come here to say it. I respect it, because I know a lot of people will have those questions. And I know I lost a lot of viewers and supporters when I did say that I wasn't vegan anymore. And that's fine. Like, that's absolutely fine. That wasn't me then. It's just not me now, you know? See, this is the shit that I fucking hate. But again, it's anonymous, so fair fucking play. But this, again, it just takes me back to something that Helen was saying in her video about how, like, she hates, like, how people, like, get involved in, like, your relationships, and, like, how they feel like they have the right to ask you, like, why did you and this person break up or whatever? And I've just got that comment, and it's just, honestly, it's just another reason why I have privated a lot of my videos, just like she did. I really related to that video, man. I really, like, I'm never, ever going to share that I'm not going to share my partner, ever. Like, ever. It's not going to happen. You're not going to know who they are, ever. And I love that. There's power in privacy. But people, like, this is the thing. Like, I share my life, so people are interested. That's how this works. I share it, you view it. It's only natural for you to be curious about certain things that you notice or whatever, and I completely get it. I'm not hating on anyone for asking why me and my ex broke up, because I shared them online, so you're just going to be curious. I get it, but it is a very uncomfortable feeling, because like Helen said, you wouldn't just go up to someone in the street and just ask, why did you and so break up? That's just not going to happen. But because we're behind a screen, like, there's like that element of you can. And again, this is anonymous questions, so you can is ask anything, and you have, so fair play. But this question is, why did you, and I don't even want to say the name. Why did you and your ex break up? Not going to go into it. It's not happening. This isn't really gossip, but I wish you'd talk more about coping with anxiety. I haven't left the house in a week due to it. Shit, man. It's really fucking sad to hear when people don't leave the house due to anxiety, and I completely understand. I understand. I get that happens to people. I've literally got people in my life that currently is happening to, and it does happen to. But I can't really speak about that because I don't get it to that extent. For me, I get social anxiety. So like, I get anxiety about going to social events or going to places where there's people that I haven't met before. Like, you may have seen in this vlog here, the other week, I tried a new climbing gym on my own. And honestly, I didn't feel anxious when, like, on the way there. I didn't even think about it. I was just excited to climb. But I went in the evening, so it's after work and is fucking busy. And when I got there, I was instantly overwhelmed. Like, I was flooded with anxiety. Like, I had to go to the toilet, and literally, like, I had tears in my eyes, but I was trying to hold them back because I didn't want to allow myself to take it that far, because then I may have just left. And yeah, like I just get anxiety with that. And also, to be fair, I did get anxiety when I went for my laser hair removal appointment. That was a mad anxiety I haven't felt in a long time. So I guess it's not just social anxiety, but I don't really, that's the only other time I've had anxiety really recently. Like I don't really get it other than social anxiety. So yeah, it's not something really that I can speak on because I don't have it to the point where I can't leave the house. I just can't let myself not live. How come you ditched veganism, and why did you go straight to meat instead of veggie or pesky? Okay, a bit of a twist on the vegan question. Why did I go straight to meat? Because I wanted to. I was literally dreaming about Nando's. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like I literally had dreams about it. Like I was, the two things I was thinking about was chicken and KFC and salmon, fish. So yeah, I could have gone pesky. But in reality to me, it's the same thing. Like being pescetarian is the same as eating meat. Obviously in the sense that like, you know, some people see like health-wise, like fish is better than meat. But in the reality, when it comes to like the ethics behind eating fish or eating like cows, it's the same thing. So there's no difference there for me. Do you regret not getting a folding walking pad? Yeah, actually, yeah, I do. Like mine's right there under the desk and it's like completely like out, it's long ways. I actually do wish that I got a folding one. But actually at the same time, I wish I got the ones with the handles on it. And I actually contacted them to find out if you can get the handle attachment, and you can't, you just got to buy the whole thing. So that was that really. So I had a job, had 7-month mental breakdown, got new job, haven't been interested in relationship for 12+ months. I've in essence fallen for a woman, serves food, who I think is at least interested. Should I just grab the situation by the belt buckle and ask her name and if she's got a family? This is a very interesting question. Sorry to hear that you fucking had a breakdown for that long. That's really sad. That's a long breakdown, mate. I fucking hope you're out of it now. But yeah, like always go for it. If there's someone you're interested, always go for it. Honestly, life's too fucking short. Like you actually have to go for it. If you don't go for it, you'll regret it. And honestly, what's the best that can happen? Let's not say what's the worst that can happen. Let's not say what's the worst that can happen. Let's say what's the best that can happen, right? When do you know when a relationship is doing more harm than good? When you're not happy? Are you happy? When was the last time you felt happiness? Do they make you happy? How much do they make you happy? Do you have arguments all the time? What are those arguments like? Are they like little bickering things, or are they soul crushing, soul destroying arguments? Are you happy? Are you yourself? Have you lost who you are? Are you happier with them or without them? Do they feel like peace to you? Do you feel calm when you're with them? Answer those questions and I think you will know. I feel like my relationship with sex has gotten so awkward because I've always been ashamed of it and seen pleasure as something to do in private, alone, and never discuss. And now this mindset makes it harder for me to enjoy myself with my partner. How do I overcome this? Fucking hell, that's pretty deep. I actually think that like it would be good for you to talk with your partner about this, just openly talk about it and just start exploring other fun stuff like sexually that you're curious about. And if you don't even know, then do some Googling. I just think that communication is truly the best thing in a relationship. In fact, I know that it really is. It's the best thing in a relationship. And if you can be honest and open with your partner, it will be very, very beneficial for you and your partner and your relationship. So truly, you just got to communicate with them. And the more you communicate, the more normal things get. The more you do things, the more normal things get. So you just got to do things and communicate things way more. No hate, but how come you rarely never talk about your own queerness anymore? I just don't think it's necessary for what I'm doing. This is the thing, again, like I was talking about earlier, like I've been on YouTube now for 8 years and I'm 30, so I started when I was about, oh my god, wait, is it longer than 8 years? I don't even know, maybe it's like 9 years. But yeah, I basically started, let's say I started when I was like 20, early 20s, I'm now 30. So that range, that's a 10-year span, and that your 20s are your years of figuring shit out. And as a creator, like you go through your phases of figuring out like who you want to be now, or like what kind of content you want to share. It's just not something I feel the need to discuss. And I feel like there are creators out there that do it better. I kind of want to focus on like being my own kind of person. Like, I am one of the very few voices in the women's health space who actually talk openly about vulvas and vaginas and discharge. And I do that good. I'm passionate about it. I don't have much to say about being queer. I don't actually think it's that deep. I don't. And I don't think that, I think that people can find, if they need help with that, they can find many creators out there who do that. I just don't feel the need to discuss it. Like, okay, I like women, love women, romantically, sexually, love them, yeah, but I just don't, like, I don't have much to say about it. Like, I feel, again, like I just said, I don't think it's that deep. There's just not much to say. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Is it normal for my clit to be darker than everything else down there? Yes, absolutely. It's normal for the skin down there to be all different colours. Well, shades of pink and brown, not like green or purple. Actually, maybe purple in some sense. No, I don't know. Yes, it is normal. Oh my God, I've had a few questions saying, are you actually going to do something with these questions and comments, or just leave them like all the others you've been doing recently? Honestly, I truly forget. I think it's the ADHD. I completely forget. And then I come on this and I'm like, fucking hell, yeah, I need to do it. But also, I ask these questions so I can talk about them in YouTube videos. I don't really so much do them to respond on Instagram stories, because I feel like I need to talk more, and people skip past talking stories on Instagram. They do. I'm just like, all right, cool. But I guess the issue of that is that you won't know that I've responded in a video. But if you watch my stories, you'll know I'm going to post this video on my stories and you'll see that I've answered questions. I get the impression that you're not as open about your personal life as you used to be. Is there a reason for this? I mean, if you've made it this far, then you will know that I've spoke about that already. I just don't feel like there's a need for me to be like oversharing on the internet anymore. It's completely unnecessary. It does not benefit me. I don't want to share so much, because I was with someone before and I shared my life with them, and then when I wasn't with them anymore, I constantly get questions about it, and I don't want to keep thinking about the fucking past. Do you know what I mean? If you've got any more questions, pop them in the anonymous link in the description here. I will be making videos when I've got like a good amount of questions to answer. So yes, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, thumbs up, subscribe, do whatever the fuck you want to do, but most importantly, have a wonderful day and a wonderful life. See you back here very soon. Much love. Peace.